Good evening, I'm Daniel McFarland.
And I'm Sara Wugofski.
Hope everyone's having a good evening and trying to stay dry.
It's been a really wet week so far in Tallahassee.
Yes, it has. Well, I know that, it rained all week and it was kind of miserable, but unfortunately for us, we're still going to probably see that over the weekend also.
So if you have any plans this weekend, expect some rain. Make sure you have an umbrella with you.
Yeah, definitely. And, well, you also rain here in our area, but tornadoes occasionally do come up. Even here, but it's a bigger risk in other parts of the country, isn't it?
Right. April is the second biggest month for tornadoes, and there are actually a couple cities where it is the biggest month, including Atlanta, Dallas, and Memphis.
Wow, those are all really big cities that could really be affected by some tornadoes coming through their area. Let's hope, it kind of lays off this year and May kind of gets all the tornadoes and we'll actually just keep away from the big cities altogether.
Hopefully that'll be what happens.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. Stay in the Gulf, just water spouts out there. I think we'll be good there.
That's a lot less dangerous, for at least us on land. So.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we also have a spring fling tonight, which is like a little get together in the Union, which Ulises and Tyler will get to later in the show.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun for anyone who's on campus.
Yes, absolutely. Well, for right now, we're going to send it out to Tyler for a look at everything because he's going to take us through the overview.
Here's your free preview. Clouds stick around. It's been a very cloudy week. You know that if you've been outside. The last time we saw the sun was a week ago. Unfortunately, we're going to see rain through the weekend. Saturday is going to be a drier day than Sunday. So if you have any outdoor activities, it's not going to be an insane washout. But sunshine does return for next week, so there is light at the end of the tunnel. Going on to the next graphic, you can see that we have satellite and radar, and you can see just this huge area of rain that just went vamoose and whoosh, basically disappeared outside of Tallahassee, and what resulted out of that was really dry conditions. And the current temperature right now is in the middle to upper 70s, but going into tonight, we're going to see temperatures drop into the 60s with about a 50% chance of rain before midnight. But now we're going to send it back over to the desk.
Thanks, Tyler. We're actually now going to talk about the 2015 Boston Marathon, which is coming up on Monday.
Yeah, a lot of people are expected to show up. Over 1 million people, you told me before we came on. She said there's going to be lots of people coming to this one for sure.
It'll be a very big crowd, so everyone participating is going to feel really supported out there.
Oh yeah, lots of runners too. I'm not going to say 1 million people are running, but there is a good amount of people running this year, probably more than they've ever had running this year after the events that happened last year. A lot of people want to come and show their support for the Boston Marathon.
Definitely. It's a really big event, and it's actually the 119th marathon they've hosted. So
it's a big change, and Boston's a great city, and we hope that everything goes well on Monday. And their weather's actually seemed pretty good too, isn't it? Yeah,
it's going to be cool in the area, but there is a chance of rain. We're hoping that it'll come after the race, but we'll have to see closer to the time.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take you out and we're going to take a quick look at the rain in our area as opposed to Boston. We're just going to go ahead and take you on out, but first we're going to see the current conditions and what's going on in that department there. And you see that we're at 76 right now with a dew point of 68. You see winds are coming out of the southeast at 9 miles an hour, so not a big deal, but the clouds are still hanging around. You do see overcast skies there. We're going to go ahead and move on, though, and check out the areas all across our area. You see we're sticking pretty average for this time of year and this time of day. You see those mid-70s, right? You see about 76 in Tallahassee. A little bit further, it gets a little bit warmer down in Apalachicola at 78. A little bit further north, a little bit cooler at 70. So really just awesome weather out there. Same thing as we get into the local radar. You're going to see that we did have a little bit of break today from that rain, thank goodness, but it could come back. We see about 20% chance of rain for the rest of the night, maybe even 50 in some areas. You do see earlier this morning we just got absolutely blasted, and then we had that break when a lot of people are getting out of classes, so that's really nice. And then you do see that rain comes on. Well, winds right now 9 miles an hour, so it's looking all good here. Well, Futurecast, I'm going to step on out so you can take a quick look at what's going on. You do see that we have the stationary front, which is feeding a lot of that rain. It's really just going to hang out all through Saturday and just give us clouds, and you see the entire southeast is just absolutely covered in clouds and rain. As we get into Sunday and in the Sunday morning, thunderstorms are possible, so we will be seeing some chance of that at some point in the next few hours or so. We're going to go ahead and put this through into Sunday night, and you just see it's still not a whole lot of change there. There's a little area that might be a little bit clear after that front passes, but not too much, so just expect clouds and stuff for the next day or so. Well, tonight's forecast, low is 66. That means if you do have plans tonight, it will feel very nice, about in the 70s or so. But there's a slight chance of rain you see mostly before 2 a.m., so if you find yourself out really late at night, it's going to be pretty nice, even though 66, probably a little bit muggy at that point, though, because it probably just rained. Well, looking at tomorrow, you do see 84. You see rain continues tomorrow, so don't expect a whole lot of change from today's weather to tomorrow. You do see the rain's going to be all day, and like you saw earlier, into Sunday as well. You do see scattered showers and storms all day. Wind is going to shift, though, and come out of the northeast there. And we're going to take one last look at our day planner, and you're going to see a mild start to tomorrow. 66 degrees, like I said, you got about 5 a.m. As you get into 12, you're going to have some rain coming, and by 4, a little bit greater chance of rain there. You see we'll be up to 84 degrees, a lot like what you saw today. And here's our last look at our 7-day forecast. You do see that Saturday and Sunday are the big days for rain, but thankfully we do have a break for the week. You see Monday and Tuesday, not a whole lot there, but we're going to send it off to Ulises for a broader look at the southeast.
Thanks, Daniel. As we look at the southeast right now, you notice that there's a lot of cloud cover all throughout the southeast, especially where that cloud cover is really strong with the rain. A lot of 60s, 63 in Atlanta, 68 in Tupelo. A lot warmer where at least the sunshine is breaking through with 81 in the Big Easy, and even in South Florida with 82 degrees in Key West. But the thing that we notice all throughout the southeast is just that humidity, the dew point, which is where the air, the temperature in which the air condenses to. It's really muggy, a lot of ick factor, a lot of 60s all throughout the I-10 corridor, and even 70s as you go further down into the Sunshine State. And that's all attributed to this frontal system, the stationary front that's beginning to fall apart now as we go into our Friday night. It's pretty much hanging in the northern Gulf, but all that rain extends all the way from Florida into even the Carolinas, and even as far west into Texas, where there's actually severe weather in effect right now. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect over central Texas until 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time. There's also these flood watches just from all this heavy rain that we just seen in the last couple of days, going back to Sunday, extending from eastern Texas into the Panhandle. Flood warnings in effect as far north as Kentucky and Ohio. Just a lot of rain, folks. There's even a severe thunderstorm warning in south central Texas near the town of Victoria. So just remember, there's penny to quarter size hail, folks. It's going to be really intense. Just remember to not be driving. Heavy rain, gusty winds. Just remember to be somewhere safe from those storms until they pass along over your area. The rest of the southeast really soggy. The good news is that most of the southeast was under a slight drought earlier this winter, but we're getting all that rain pretty much getting us back into the green area before we were in that red area. Break it down into Texas more of those warnings starting to appear and even fade out throughout the afternoon thanks to that daytime heating. But we're going to keep an eye into Texas and into Louisiana as we go into our Friday night and our Saturday. That Futurecast radar, the clouds all around, folks. We're getting ready for that next system to come through. You notice it's already starting to go over the southern Mississippi Valley, eventually pushing into Florida by the time we get into our Sunday. This frontal system will eventually bring us some sunshine as we get into our Monday. So this weekend, just have those ponchos with you. Tonight's temperatures are going to be on the mild side, 50s towards the north in Atlanta and Tupelo. The 60s dominate in the middle and 70s into Florida. Tomorrow, temperatures really rebound really nicely into the upper 80s all throughout the southern part of the state. The clouds continue, and we're going to send it over to the desk with Sarah and Daniel.
Thanks, Ulises. We're going to take it up a little bit further north and talk about some of the snow that we've seen in Wyoming.
Absolutely. You know, it's April, but some people are still getting snow. You know, they don't see April showers. They still hear April snow for, April showers, May flowers. Mm-hmm. And they had a 60-car pileup in Wyoming, if you can believe it. Thankfully, no one died in that, but 24 people did go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. It's really unfortunate, and everyone should remember to be very careful when driving in unsafe weather.
Definitely, and it's kind of crazy to see that much snow in Wyoming. They've had 10 inches today, and very close in Utah, they had 45 at one of their ski resorts.
That's so much. I know that's not something we see very often here in Florida. It's strange to imagine so much of it.
Yeah, and at this time of year, we're already feeling 80 degrees, and they're still having snow. I looked up a list of what their snow totals are, and they still have some snow expected in June for them.
That is just crazy. I can't imagine seeing that in June. We're all used to pool weather, and way up there, still building snowmans.
Yeah. Well, for right now, I'm going to take you out. We're going to take a look at that storm in Wyoming and what's going to be happening. You do see in the southeast of there, they are getting some snow, and in Denver, they do still have some. And you do see they have some freeze warnings there also. Also over here, you just see right here is where we were just talking about all that snow, and even coming down, they still have lots of snow warnings for them there. Well, moving on to the actual radar of what's going on, you do see that there's rain over here in Nebraska and the Dakotas, but when you get over into Wyoming, you do see the snow creeping down into Denver and into some ski areas over here, and you do see some rain over there as well. And oh look, a little red box. Lots of fun. Stormy situation though in Texas, also a little bit different from the north. You do see that we do have some major thunderstorm warnings here, and this red box down here, it's not a creepy friend jumping up on the screen or anything. That's a tornado. That's a tornado warning for them down there at that border. You do see all this heavy rain here. And behind me in Mississippi, Georgia, and Alabama, they are getting lots of rain there as well. But we all know about that system because we've heard about it pretty much all day. Look at satellite and radar. You do see there's a big storm down here south of New Orleans, but that's not affecting anyone because that's in the Gulf. Looking further north, that's the storm that's affecting us. You do see this little bit in Alabama there. There's a water vapor. You can pretty much see where all the rain's happening with all the deep green. You do see, like what I was pointing out here a second ago, that there is this really deep area of green there north into on the border of Georgia and Alabama, that they are getting some heavy snow there. And this one's really cool because you can see on the current conditions that you do see this low right here, these real cool temperatures. There's a low at the surface, which is really cool looking because you have all this orange and red all around this, and once you get into this western part of Colorado, it has gotten a lot colder there, which means that they're getting lots of snow for them. And it's pretty much all cloudy conditions all over the country, except for Montana. They're about the only one with sun out right now. Airport delays. Well, Dallas did have an hour delay before, but they look like they're back to normal. So that's good because you did see those storms. I guess they're starting to pass for them. So it's going to be good for everyone. If I step off to the side just a little bit, you do see that those are all zeros there. And we're going to go ahead and go into tonight's forecast. You see this low is causing this dip right here of this cold air reaching down to Albuquerque. They'll see a low of 37. So that's not too great for them. And if you look to the east, a little bit better, but do remember there is the rain in the southeast. So you do see that low of 66. The rain wasn't there. Probably would be in the lower 60s or upper 50s. Well, last look at tomorrow's forecast where you see we're going to have 84 in Tallahassee, but if you look further out to the west, Denver will be back up to 56, Phoenix at 89, and San Francisco at 69. So we're looking normal, but we're going to send it off to Ulises for a Spanish forecast.
Thanks, Daniel. As now we talk it over in Spanish. Hoy, este viernes, alcanzamos la mínima de 67 grados, 15 grados por arriba de lo normal. Esta tarde, con la nubosidad, estuvimos por debajo de la temperatura actual normal de este año por 80 grados, nada cerca de los récords, pero actualmente tenemos la temperatura de 70, con bastante nubosidad, 76 grados, con cielo mayormente nublado, con los vientos saliendo del sureste a 9 millas por hora. Con el resto del Big Bend vemos las temperaturas en el resto del Big Bend en los 70 a esta hora de las 6 de la tarde, 72 grados en Quincy, 70 en Thomasville, un poco más cálido hacia la costa con 77 grados en Apalachicola. El resto del Big Bend también estamos viendo bastante nubosidad que ha dominado esta tarde. Esto ha mantenido las temperaturas por debajo de los 80 grados, pero sí vemos los chubascos hacia el noroeste, en la parte sur de Alabama, ahora entrando hacia centro Georgia. Pero algunos de estos aguaceros podrían llegar esta noche, so tengan esas paraguas listas. El resto del sureste del país vemos bastante nubosidad gracias a un frente estacionario en la parte norte del Golfo. También vemos bastantes tormentas severas en el estado de Texas. Hay alertas y avisos de tormentas severas hasta las 7 de la noche central. So tenga aviso con granizos, vientos fuertes. Pero el resto del sureste está viendo bastante aguaceros y la mayoría del sureste también está en alerta de inundación hasta el domingo por las lluvias que hemos tenido desde el pasado fin de semana. Este frente se va a comenzar a descomponer durante el fin de semana. Ya para mañana sábado vamos a ver bastante la lluvia dominando por la parte baja del valle de Mississippi. Ya para el domingo el frente frío va a estar por la parte de Tallahassee. Con este frente ya después va a llegar el sol para el lunes, pero el domingo todavía va a haber bastante lluvia, podría haber una tormenta fuerte, so tenga eso en alerta para tus planes este fin de semana. No va a ser lo mejor de estos fines de semana para ir a la playa o para el pronóstico marítimo. Las olas van a estar bajas de un pie o menos, pero lo bueno es que los días ya se están poniendo más largos, 13 horas de sol. Esta noche 66 grados cálido y nublado, lluvia antes de las 2 de la mañana. Para mañana sábado vamos a tener la máxima llegando a 84 grados con cielos nublados. So tenga esas paraguas listas continuando este día sábado con los vientos saliendo del nor-noreste a 5 a 10 millas por hora. Y para los próximos 7 días vamos a ver que ya este domingo, ese es cuando va a pasar el frente grande. Ya el lunes mejora la temperatura, las condiciones, bastante sol dominando la semana laboral, las máximas en los bajos 80s y las mínimas en los 60s. El resto de la semana que viene tenga espejuelo y crema de sol porque va a haber calor y bastante sol. Y ahora vamos a darlo para la mesa conmigo y con Tyler.
Gracias, Ulises.
All right,
Gracias.
Tyler. Thanks. So now let's talk over with our desk segment. We're going to talk about
The rainfall in India first. In New Delhi, they had seen a lot of rain this month, right, Liz?
yes, they've seen a lot of rain. They've actually seen over 1.5 inches, which is actually about 400% more than their April average.
Kind of like New Orleans, because they're seeing about 15 inches of rain, which is about 400% of their average, too.
Yes, it's been crazy. But for New Delhi, actually, they're going to go from rain to pretty much heat all around, especially for India and even going to parts of Pakistan.
New Delhi is one of the warmest locations in the entire world, actually. They average temperatures above 100 degrees 3 to 4 months out of the year, and above 90 degrees almost every single month.
Yeah, the sizzle is really on, folks, especially in the Indian subcontinent. But now we're going to send it over to Ayesha for Around Florida.
Thank you, guys. Well, around Florida, you can see nice temperatures, 79 degrees in Orlando, 82 in Tampa, Miami looking good at 83 as well. So looking nice overall. For our next graphic, you can see that water vapor moving up top of Florida near Pensacola and Tallahassee, and a little bit in Tampa in the middle of Florida as well. And so the water vapor is showing, for our next graphic, you can see the current winds, that stationary front is situated right here along near Tampa and Orlando, and you can see the wind patterns changing in that area, but high winds in Miami and West Palm Beach right now. So, and our satellite and radar, you can see all that moisture, all that rain and thunderstorms coming towards Tallahassee, which is why we had a really bad week for rain and not so much sunshine, but also you can see the cloud cover as well. So lots of overcast clouds in that area. Right now you can see as well the moisture on this map, and going towards the middle of Florida, you can see the moisture also moving. But just nice weather, sea breeze. There's a lot of cloud cover, but still overall good temperatures. 80 degrees, 78, that's really nice temperatures. The lows not too bad either. So Futurecast showing the temperatures moving. You can see 74 in Orlando and 72 in Jacksonville. And as you can see, those temperatures are not even going to die down a lot. Like, the temperatures are going to stay pretty consistent. 68 is nice, 70 in Tallahassee, and 70 in Fort Myers, so that's not bad. The cloud cover is keeping all that temperatures way warmer. And so for the Futurecast for Saturday, 88 in Orlando, 84 in Tampa, and nice Key West at 79. So great temperatures, and just watch out for that rain, guys. Keep that umbrella handy. Futurecast also showing next for Sunday, West Palm Beach at 75 and Orlando at 69. So you see those lows aren't too bad, guys. It's really great weather. It's feeling like spring, honestly. And next we're going to jump back into the 80s on Sunday and then drop down back into 79 in Orlando on Sunday. So tonight's forecast, 66 in Tallahassee, 64 in Jacksonville, 70 in Orlando. So not too bad. It's nice, but it's rainy. It's wet, guys. And for our next graphic, tomorrow's forecast, West Palm Beach, you're seeing rain. Orlando, you're seeing it too, that stationary front carrying all that moisture. And Tallahassee as well, you're seeing rain too. Rain chances are going to increase over the week, so just be ready for that. And Key West looking pretty nice because you're clear, no cloud cover there, 87 degrees. But I'm going to take it to John for more. He's got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we're about to turn and head back out west. It is April and May, folks. It's time for severe weather, although not here yet. It could be coming later this weekend, although there is a chance for some storms. Let's go to the maps here. Now, around the area, just a few showers just up towards Chattahoochee and up towards Marietta, where they've had a lot of rainfall already this week. Just topping on those rainfall totals up there into Alabama. Dothan picking up some rain there, spreading out across the southeast. It's looking like this. A lot of rain up towards the north where it's really bottled up east and south of Montgomery. Atlanta picking up on some rainfall. Nothing really all that heavy, but it's been 6 or 7 days now where we've had a lot of rainfall. And this is coming in as another burst of energy is coming in through the upper levels of the atmosphere. And there's another one out towards the west, and that's where we're heading now. Just west of Dallas now, there's been a line of thunderstorms that has developed. This yellow box here is a severe thunderstorm watch box. That's in effect until 7 o'clock local time. That includes Abilene, Dallas, just on the outskirts there, although I wouldn't be surprised if they extended that watch farther towards the east. But as you see this line, you see this, there's a bunch of yellow boxes here that are filled in. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings there they last about a half an hour. And this is getting really close to Fort Worth here. Very strong thunderstorms, and as we head down towards the south, there's even more severe weather down towards the south, looking just south of San Antonio over towards Victoria, getting in on that. Just north of Corpus Christi, they had a little bit of a possible tornado. Doppler indicated there well west of Victoria, north of Corpus Christi. This is all heading off towards the east. This is the one that's going to reach us here on Sunday here in the Big Bend. Here's what we've got. We've got this stationary front kind of draped across the south, and these disturbances are really riding along the stationary front from west to east off towards the north. You can see a low pressure system. This little kink here is indicative of a low pressure system that is forming, and that's going to start to push off towards the north and east. You can actually see a cool front starting to develop as we head into Sunday. If you've got to head out, Saturday is going to be the better day to do that this weekend. Sunday is going to be a lot more stormy during the afternoon hours. Here's lunchtime. Thunderstorms in the Big Bend region pushing through Mexico Beach off towards Tallahassee by the early afternoon. Still sticking around during the evening hours. Cloudy skies still sticking around. It's going to be until maybe Tuesday or Wednesday when we start to break out the sunshine. Here's your severe weather outlook here for your Saturday. There is a very slight chance of maybe a strong thunderstorm with some gusty winds, maybe a little bit of hail, although the chances are better on Sunday, and we'll go ahead and look at that now. Here, the green color advances just a little bit towards the east. Sunday seeing possibility of severe weather expanding over towards Madison, down towards Perry as well. But look at this yellow color. This is a slight risk. This is slightly better chances, slightly stronger storms as that low pressure system gets a little bit closer and provides a little bit more energy off towards the south and east. Let's go ahead and take a look at your Saturday here. Looking around the southeast, here's what it's looking like. 84 degrees, plenty of heat to work with for those storms. Lots of rain around, but there's even more rain around coming in on Sunday. That's going to be the worst of the 2 days for severe weather. Again, those chances are still low. If you want to talk about baseball, I'd talk about it tomorrow rather than Sunday, right, guys?
Yeah. Actually, tomorrow is a very good day for outdoor activities, at least compared to Sunday. There's only a 30% chance of rain. But speaking of that, some baseball stadiums have actually made their facilities storm ready, right, Ulises?
Yes, actually, 7 out of 30 baseball teams have stadiums that are retractable roofs, but also the Colorado Rockies are the 4th team to be storm ready, which is a service provided by the National Weather Service made of volunteers.
Yes, it's voluntary, and also they sort of coordinate between the different emergency managements to make sure that everyone stays safe during the game. But now we're going to send it back off to Sara with our last local.
Thanks, guys. Right now in Tallahassee, it is 76 degrees, so it's pretty warm, but it's not too hot. It's overcast at the moment, so we're not seeing some of that rain that was a big problem for a lot of So, like I said, overcast. The clouds will be moving out hopefully soon. As those clouds move out Friday night, we will be seeing a little bit better on Saturday, but it won't be cleared up for a little bit longer. And moving on to our next graphic, looking at our future cast, you can see the stationary front down here is keeping the rain in our area mostly. In a stationary front, the wind will blow parallel on either sides, so it will be leaving in some of this The rain we've been seeing bringing onto Saturday. It won't be as bad on Saturday as we'll be seeing on Sunday. Sunday is when the thunderstorms are coming into effect, and they will be a major thing going on that day. So if you're planning on going outside, make sure to stay safe. Have your umbrella for when it's raining. And as that continues on to Sunday night, it will still be raining. The rain will be sticking with us for quite some time until a little bit later on the week, maybe around Tuesday or around there. But on the beach, it'll be variable winds around 5 knots. There won't be much surf going on, possibly about a foot. The water temperature will be very nice, 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and the UV index will be high at 6. Now, looking at tonight, it'll be 66 degrees, which is pretty warm for a low this time of year, and we will be seeing a chance of rain around 30%. So if you're going out, be sure to keep an eye out, maybe bring a raincoat or an umbrella with you. It'll be mild and cloudy, and the winds will be calm, so you don't have to worry about umbrellas inverting if there is any rain for you tonight. Now moving on to our Spring Fling 2015. At the Union, there is an event from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. It'll be in the 70s throughout most of the event, so it's going to be really pleasant. There is a slight chance of showers. Hopefully those will avoid us so everyone can have a great time at this spring carnival. And looking at our Saturday, it's going to be consistently cloudy, rainy, in the morning around 66 degrees, warming up to 84 later in the afternoon at 4 p.m. with showers along the way. And the light at the end of the tunnel, we will be seeing sunshine coming up soon, hopefully. There is only a 30% chance of rain on Monday, which is one of the lowest chances we've seen so far. The highs will remain in the mid-80s with lows in the 60s. And now we're going to take it over to the desk to talk about some weather history.
Yeah, we're going to talk about actually some severe weather that happened in the western portion of the country, right?
Yes, I mean, just like how there's snow right now in Colorado, back in 1988, there was heavy snow in northern Arizona.
Flagstaff, Arizona had 10 inches of snow, and this is April, so it's very late in the year for that to happen. And actually in Colorado, they're getting a lot of snow right now, too, feed snow in portions of the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, that's really good news, especially now with these ski resorts. They're pretty much in their final days and weeks just trying to have them open, need that fresh powder, so they're just scrambling, which is good news.
Yeah, so going off of that, we're not going to see a lot of snow, but we are going to see another form of precipitation, rain this weekend.
Rain, yes. The rain is really going to dominate for at least until Sunday before those conditions finally clear up, finally on Monday.
Yeah, by the time we get into early next week, you can actually see that we'll have sun at the end of the tunnel. But you can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather. You can also follow us on Twitter.
And also you can view us on live stream any day of the week and any time. And also just remember that there's also the Spring Fling here on campus tonight.
Yes. So for FSU Weather, I'm Tyler Harten.
And I'm Ulises Garcia. And have a great weekend and turn around, don't drown.